What up, what up, what up? We are kind of live. I don't know what's going on. We hoping this shit is working. Time for a little thoughts from LA to the UK. I got this little Quiet Storm pussy ass beat kicking right now that I found today that I really liked. Low energy.
That's sounding nice, bro. That's sounding nice.
Some Nas for y'all for the intro, but they were saying they couldn't hear it, so I had to reconfigure my stuff. So that's how you get stuff with this this kind of shit you might hear like at a barbecue at Chima's house or something, you know, on a Saturday afternoon. You work with the grill. I'm just bullshitting. I got Nasty Nas, Nazzy Naz with me today. I even got drops for you guys today, man. What's up with that?
I know.
And I'm joined by Mr.
Earth, Wind and Fire, Rims and Tires.
The Doc. The Doc is in the house joining us today. So we're going to talk about Dr. Dre, man, and his little divorce situation. And we're going to talk about the Nas. I'm getting Nas and Nas all mixed up here. It's just going to happen all night.
Not bad
on the 30 days late side of the game, we're going to review the King's Disease album that came out last month. So let's just get right into it, fellas. So welcome to the show. How's everybody doing? It's my internet connection.
No, sorry. Yeah, your internet. Sorry, it's your internet.
It's gotta be.
Yeah, your Vodafone, yeah?
Yeah, fuck. Yes. Oh, my God.
Yo, I left Vodafone years ago, bro.
Nightmare, bro. Long story. They are going to be in my Hall of Shame this week on the Thursday podcast. So anyway, let's get on.
Pain there, just saying.
Huh?
I felt your pain there. Just was making all these faces. I just wanted to explain why I was making those expressions. I'm going
to chop up a bunch of these half-recorded episodes together to create one. It's going to be a nice long day of editing. So let's just get right into it, man. We were talking about Carol Baskin and things went all crazy, but whatever. So we'll just,
Carol Baskin she crashed the internet, boy.
The Carol Baskin goons are out there on the internet knocking shit down. So yeah, where should we start, man? Dre or King's Disease?
Well, I'm easy, bro. I'm easy. Whichever way you want.
Well, let's start. Let's start with King's Disease because it's been out a minute, you know, so people know it. We can talk about Dre and if we have time at the end. So, latest album by Nas, King's Disease, came out about a month ago. 13 tracks. How are we gonna do it? We want to talk. I'm not gonna go down track by track because I won't even remember each track. Like Nas will remember every track. He's got all the lyrics committed to memory and shit.
How can I go up against Chima, man? He's been doing his thing even like word for word. He
did you see the you didn't see the Omatic show, did you?
I didn't. I was gonna come. I was the guy. If you ever mentioned anyone, it was gonna be me.
Bro, but that Illmatic show was sick, bro.
I would have been screaming, bro, like a little kid.
So I'll go first because you guys are the music guys, and I've officially realized that I'm like the old dude today when I was watching this King Beat video, and I was just like, yeah,
I feel older than you already.
I'm like, I'm already out of it, man. I don't even know what's going on anymore. So, for me, you know, and please always jump in and interject. It's not like this is I say my point, you say your point. But I like Nas. God dang it, that's the third time I've done it. Nas, right? So, am I frozen again? You give me these weird looks. I can't tell.
No. You good.
I've always.
I was just thinking Nas.
Yeah,
doesn't matter, bro. We know who you're talking about. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know,
hot topic.
Right. So I've always respected his lyrical prowess. Okay, he's definitely. I say top 3, but I'll say top 5 just because I don't want to hear any shit from people. But I've always had I've always had a problem with the majority of his beats, right? Like some of the stuff I'm like, I like the lyrics, but I'm like, what's up with this beat? You know, I just because I'm a beat guy. I don't really, I can't hear lyrics all the time because a lot of times I don't know the references. I'm not from, I mean, I am from New York, but I don't, you know, I don't live in New York. And, you know, like when I listen to music over here in London, I don't know what you're talking about because I don't have anything to reference what you're saying against. You know, you're from a certain demographic, and I appreciate the beats. You know, I appreciate you rapping on what you're living, and I'm not living like that, so I don't know what you're talking about most of the time. But the beat will get me going. 27 Summers has the hottest beat on this whole album for me. It's the shortest damn song on the whole album, which is a problem for me because I was like, I was into it, and then I was like, wait a minute, where's the next minute of the song? Shit's gone. But the project as a whole, you know, Hit Boy is really good. I mean, they're two completely different, like, this kind of goes back to what we were talking about earlier or last week about Jay-Z and Jay Electronica. To me, because they're so different, but Hit Boy being so much younger than Nas, you know, it seems like it's a different generation of music now. But it worked, man. I think it worked really well. A lot of the tracks, there's some tracks on here I wasn't really, you know, but again, it was just the beats. It's not anything to do with the lyrics, I think. I like the Firm, man. I was always excited about the concept of the Firm, you know, with AZ and Foxy and so on. And I was listening to the Firm CD a few months ago. God, it was probably before lockdown. So this was 6-7 months ago. And I was thinking, I'm like, this album sucks, man. I didn't like it at all. Once I heard it again, I was like, Phone Tap was like the only shit on here I liked. But I liked the way it was produced, where it was almost like you were listening to a film or something, and so, you know, the skits and stuff. So I don't know. What'd you guys think about it? I mean, that's just my opinion on it. I liked it. I don't know how much. I don't re-listen to a lot of stuff anyway, but I mean, it's got a pretty decent, you know,
Can I touch on one thing? Sorry, you finish what you're gonna say, bro.
I'm done. I'm just rambling right now because y'all not saying anything. So.
yeah. I felt that a little bit. I was like, no, let me bring the team effort in. Let me not be quiet. Just to chime in on what you were saying earlier about picking beats. See, I was the guy that didn't really know that was a problem until I started reading it on the forums back in the day. I was like, oh, and then I started looking into it. I was like, am I being told something or am I agreeing? Most of the tracks, I kind of like the beat suit him, you know, and it's something that keeps you going on that level more. But he's got banging beats throughout, and I was like thinking, am I vibing with it? I'm vibing with it. Usually it takes me a few weeks to kind of really like give you an answer. I've got to get to know because there's a lot to take in, and obviously I'm banging on and talking about how much I enjoyed it, basically. But
yeah, but you're a Nas guy though, dude. That's like your dude. So you're kind of gonna ride with him regardless, you know. In my opinion,
I'm not too much though, because that Nasir album isn't as good as this one. So I was like, okay, so he's done justice there. I was like,
I was gonna say something about that, but that was Kanye, and that's a whole nother conversation we could be having about him and Jay-Z and the Masters.
I ain't fronting; they're all good. I'll take them all though. I'll take them all. I'm not trying to not just limit his platform, but I think for the old school Nas lovers, this is it. It was written. I Am era. It took me there, and like
those are my two favorite albums of his though. So
you can't say that. You can't just say what you just said.
Well,
so Illmatic's not a favorite album for you.
I said two. Well, yeah, it is, but I mean those three. All right. See, that's why I'm just saying shit.
You're cool. It's cool, bro.
Nas the Esco to Escobar.
It's cool, bro. It's cool. That's cool. Just do you, innit? Do you? There's no pressure, bro. No pressure.
Peep this, though. Like, for me, I was in a different space musically, I think, when that came out. So I probably didn't even hear it when it dropped. So I'm going to try and pull it up real quick and see when it came out. Because...
What, Illmatic?
Yeah, I don't remember what year it was.
94.
94. Right.
94.
Oh, so, bro, I did that on live stream. I got it wrong.
91, bro.
I was singing Live at the Barbecue for some reason, and that's what I'm going to try and salvage myself with. I was like, yeah, I thought we were talking about that. Because
I
you're
mean,
right. I don't know why I guessed it.
No,
my man done the whole album on stage, and I just got the date wrong. He's got all the bars.
In '94,
I'm sorry
man.
to the fans of Chima.
It's me included. In '94, I was doing something completely different musically, so it's just that's really all.
But bro, I didn't hear Illmatic till must be '98 or when did I hear Illmatic?
Yeah, but
because obviously I got into
younger than me though too, much younger than
me. Yeah. But I feel like Illmatic has been so celebrated in hip hop that anyone that has like a passing interest in hip hop would have gone and at least listened to it and tried to digest. And I get it, like, but I feel like because it's such a timeless album and a classic album, you don't have to listen to it when it comes out to understand its impact. Like a lot of music. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not like this plastic pop music. I feel like you could play Illmatic now. I still play Illmatic to this day. You know what I'm saying? Like New York State of Mind Part 1 has, you play that to anyone, any kid, any 16, 17-year-old kid now, and they'll be like, what's that? Ding, 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 ding. Oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Rappers are monkey flipping with the funky rhythm I be kicking. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's fire. I'm not questioning that. But for me,
I never sleep because sleep is the cousin of death. Oh shit, bro! Come on.
Think for me, music, period, whether it be hip hop or whatever it is, because I listen to some fucked up stuff, man. Like you'd be like, word. So, but for me, there's
I know you're down with Insane Clown Pussy, right?
Man, why you got to do that to me,
cool.
man?
It's cool,
that
bro.
Ain't even what's happening.
Judgment.
That ain't even what's up. When I worked at
Illmatic
this bar,
is the shit.
I worked at this bar in Detroit. I found out them fools was across the street at the other bar. I went over there just to like look at them and laugh, man. Because anyway, but for me, music for me personally is always better when it's attached to my experiences in life. So when I said I'm in a different space, like in '94, I was, I'm out of high school. I'm doing my university type shit, and I'm out there in the world doing something other than this. It's the weekend, everybody's there. We're all listening to music, or it's the barbecue, whatever. And like I have bands that I would travel to go see. And then once I stopped hanging out with those people that I would listen to that particular sound of music with, I had never bought another one of their albums before. So you could have been like my favorite rapper, Chima, and I would be listening to you with Nas and whomever else. And then I moved back to the States. It would be possible that I would have never listened to any more of your music as heavily because I don't have those memories attached to the music.
Yeah,
so you don't feel the same to me. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I feel you, man. And a lot of people, it depends on your relationship with music. And a lot of people, that's how they consume. Actually, I'd say most people is how they consume music. And I'm always interested in hearing people who interact with music in that way and their opinions on things, because it's obviously going to be very different from like an artist. So like Nas is an artist, I'm an artist, Johnny Voltic is an artist. Right. We have definitely a different relationship with music. I mean, that's why if you look at you look at Nas's sales wise, Illmatic didn't even go whatever the accolade is until about, I don't know, 20 years after it got released. You know what I mean? Like, but that's how it is. We know that's how it is. You know what I'm saying? Like anyone who thinks that it's any other way is mistaken. Yeah. So I appreciate that, and I know exactly where you're coming from. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I said, there's no pressure, there's no judgment. There's no
I mean,
it's clown posse.
Perfect. Fuck. What the fuck?
I'm not trashing. I'm playing.
I don't listen to no ICP, man. Come on, man.
You know the acronym, though.
And you know why? You know why? I'll tell you why I know the acronym. Obviously, I'm from Detroit, so that's where them fools are from. But at the time, I was listening to Fresh Kid Ice, who was the Chinaman in 2 Live Crew. So once he left and did his own thing, he had his little, his little production team or whatever his crew was called, but they were called Ice Cold Productions. So they were ICP. And then I heard of Insane Clown Posse, and I was like, yo, what the fuck, man? This ICP is my man's shit. That's the only reason I know Insane Clown Posse. Don't know nothing about these juggalos, none of this wild shit they do. I ain't got no affiliation with that shit. I've seen the pictures of you on the internet, you know, with your little clown shit on your face, but don't try and lump me into the shit that you be doing on your weekends, bro. I mean,
no, man, I'm just clowning right now. Right now.
Come on, bro. Quit
But
playing, bro.
all right. So can I could say my little piece about this album now, yeah?
Man, hit it, man. I'm shutting the funk up.
All right, so I'm gonna tell you my relationship with Nas, right? When I first came out in the UK publications called me the UK Nas.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And I always remember because I was like, wow, what an honor, right? But my boy Ty, rest in peace, Ty, he turned around and he was like, yo, don't let them say that. You are you. You are not Nas. And the only reason I say that is because my style, I'm heavily indebted to Nas, right? Illmatic, like I said, one of my favorite albums of all time, right? I wasn't that into It Was Written, if I'm honest with you. I don't really go back to It Was Written ever. I do go back to I Am, though. You know what I'm saying? Nas is like Dr. Knockboot, Undying Love, Hate Me Now with Puffy. You know what I'm saying? And then I really bought into this narrative that Nas picks shit beats, and then I really bought into this narrative that Nas hasn't done anything decent apart from Illmatic. Like I really bought into that for so many years, right?
So is that that's the talk then? I seriously I don't listen to that kind of stuff, so I wouldn't know. But that's just how I felt. Listen
to him on his albums. He always talks about how people say he was washed up this, you know what I mean? Women left me because they thought I was finished. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I was seeing anyway. From my point of view, when people were talking about Nas, I dipped in and out. You know what I mean? Hip hop is dead. Nostradamus. The N-word. I was dipping in and out. I didn't even really mess with Stillmatic, to be honest. I know people love Stillmatic, really? But I didn't really jump on that. Streets Disciple, you know what I'm saying? I like Virgo with Ludacris.
Bit much with the double disc, innit?
Yeah. And then Lost Tapes was dope. I had Lost Tapes. That was cool. But then was it last year? Lost Tapes 2? I did not listen to it at all. I heard that jazz rap song. Do you remember that? The single. And I was like, yo, yeah, it's technically dope, yeah, but I don't want to hear it. And of course, Nasir as well. Even though the beats on Nasir, if we're honest, they were sick. Cop shot the kid, the cop shot the kid, cop shot Adam and Eve, even the one with Puffy on it, you know what I'm saying? But you could tell Nas was not interested in rapping. He was not. He was just like, it's time to put in an album. I'm here with Kanye, you know what I'm saying? And he wasn't really comfortable. And I've seen him talk about it in interviews. Like, he wasn't really comfortable in Wyoming or wherever the fuck they were recording that album. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I almost skipped this album. I almost skipped it. Ultra Black dropped, and I was like, you know, that's the thing now, innit? Everyone's trying to be like pro-black, you know, and obviously I'm pro-black. But when I feel like you're just jumping on like a vibe, I'm not down. And I didn't really like Ultra Black when I heard it. Then I thought, let me check this album out. Fuck it, right? You got one chance, Nas. And I played track number 1, King's Disease.
That's fire, dude.
I was like, oh shit. Sounds like my man's rapping again. Sounds like my man is rapping again. Like, it sounds like
gems.
Yeah, it sounds like he means what he's saying. And not only that, like you say, dropping gems. There's so many gems on this album. Like, where it's not like overly preachy. It's like, you know, childhood traumas, you know, hold us back. You've got to move forward, King. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then it doesn't sound dated. Like you say, 27 Summers. That's 2020 rap. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And Nas is just killing it. You know what I'm saying? So I love this. Yeah. I love this album. And it actually made me realize how much I'd been fronting, so much that I went back and I made a playlist, right, of great Nas songs and Nas features that aren't on Illmatic, because everyone knows Illmatic. Illmatic gets celebrated every fucking 2 months. There's a post about Illmatic. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I was like, nah, man, gotta give this man the respect he deserves, man. 27 summers, bro.
27 summers is ridiculous.
But just even the concept, 27 summers. You know what I mean? Like, bro, 27 summers. You know what I'm saying?
How many years? How many years?
That's 27 since 93, bruv.
Yeah. And I was saying 91.
Like, obviously, you know, Live at the Barbecue, but like when Illmatic came is really, really when the things popped off. So yeah, I really like this album, and I really like how some of for me as well, some of the themes that they rapped about really matured. So I read a lot of criticism against Nas because like the woke crew, they are like, they want him to apologize for allegedly beating up Khalees, right? And he never really addresses it. But actually, if you listen to the album, he addresses it.
Yeah,
they talk.
It's very relationship album, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they talk about, and especially the joint with the firm.
Yeah.
When you know he talks about, I used to think women were my position. I know that's not Nas. And by the way, AZ, pure fucking fire, bro.
I was gonna ask you who was your favorite feature. I was gonna say, man,
bro, AZ just too sick.
Like, damn, dude.
AZ Cormega was sick. She was like, are you gonna walk with me? Are you just down for the ride? I used to think women were my possessions, and like how they grew up, and they learned from that mentality. And then of course Dre comes in at the end with just like nothing to do with anything, you know what I'm saying? Just which like I thought would lead nicely into talking about his divorce, you know what I'm saying? But so I like that. I even like the guest features with Spicy. I thought Spicy, to me, Spicy was a throwback to I Am. I was like, this feels a bit like I Am, but obviously it's a bit more modern. You know what I'm saying? And it's got like newer rappers on it. I can't remember their names, but they're not like
5-0 and ASAP Ferg or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm. They're not like child rappers, but they're like the generation below Nas. So, and I like that. I like seeing that because I don't think that there should be this. If you're an old rapper, you only make old rap music for old rap heads, and I think music is music. There's no boundaries.
Yeah.
So I thought this is my second favorite Nas album. Number one, obviously, Illmatic, and this is overtaken. Really, I feel like there's more there's more joints on here than I Am. There's more joints on here than It Was Written.
But see, that's the thing for me. Like both of those albums had like 3 tracks on them that I really fucked with. Right. The rest of it, I'm just like, I don't fuck.
Exactly. Well, exactly. That's that's.
How long has it been? It hasn't been that long.
Since what?
Nas is acquired. You know, he gets better. The albums creep up on you. Like, you think 2 weeks and you're like, am I really messing with this? And then bam, you're like, raw, this track was good, you know? I'm like, yeah, but that track was annoying me a little bit. But raw, there's another one that's good. And then it's like, all of a sudden today I'm like, raw, you know what? 10 points. That one, I'm loving that one.
10 points is really fire, bro. 10 points is like, that's one of my favorite ones on there. I really like Car 85 as well. I like Charlie
Wilson.
I love Charlie Wilson's voice. I love the beat. I love how it's like I have no idea what he's talking about, but it just sounds like it sounds like he's in New York in Car 85 doing crazy shit. I don't even know what fuck Car 85 is. Nice.
I got that from him. Inspiration.
But yeah, the songs midway through, like Replace Me with Big Sean, I would agree. I wasn't really a fan of that. Even the one with Anderson.
Big Sean did better. Am I okay to say that? His verse, he, like whatever his tale is, he did all right. I don't know. Can I say that? I was impressed.
Really, I thought Sean sounded really bored on that track.
He sounded a little bit mundane, but he was just saying it though. He was saying he was being honest, transparent. Maybe that I was just feeling, but I kind of got an idea of who he is, and he portrayed that very well in it. And you know, I'm not saying I can relate to everything he's saying, because I'm not saying that at all. It's more about just he brought it to the beat a little bit. Maybe it's a little bit mundane. You're planting that seed in me now, but how can I big up and say he's just not even in it? Live and direct. Push up against the corner.
that bit at the end where he's like, "Yo, I got that New York something." I can't remember what he says. And then Big Sean goes, "Yeah, and I've got that Detroit soul."
Right.
Monotone, like non-convincing. I was just like, what's wrong with this guy? I can't remember one lyric on that song. If I'm honest with you, right now, I'm trying to think. Like, and I wasn't messing with the chorus
like
as well.
I thought, yeah.
It was probably one of those.
I explained it, justified it for. It wasn't for the bars so much, but in terms of like, what were you gonna say, Vaughn?
No, I was just saying. I think it might have been one of those. I think it might have been one of those situations where, because a lot of times, as you know better than I do, they're not even in the studio together, and you can definitely tell on that Full Circle, that Firm track.
Yeah.
Because Foxy Brown's vocals sound way different than everybody else's, you know. Yeah. So maybe
she was just screaming though.
I thought she sounded good. I thought her verse was sick though.
No, I fuck with her verse, but it didn't sound right. So, but maybe Sean, I don't know what people going through. Maybe, you just got different energy when you in the studio and wherever he was at versus, somebody I was hearing there, like, I didn't even hear the shit until it was out, So, and he was one of the features. I forget what it was. And he was like, I didn't even hear the shit until just now. And yeah, it sounds straight, but
was that nature? Yeah, but like something else that grew on me is Blue Benz, or like
yeah.
That was an anthem. All bad. I thought Anderson .Paak and Nas could come back a little bit harder than they did. I think it was good, but there's a little oomph missing from it. I don't know if there was a bridge or something that I was expecting, but it's just.
Yeah,
it was like.
Yeah, I wasn't really feeling that one either.
Yeah, and they're so like Anderson .Paak is amazing. You seen his little tiny desk? Not little tiny desk, just tiny desk.
Yeah, I probably have.
He's very dope.
I don't remember it.
Yeah.
Though.
Well, yeah. I mean, that doesn't mean to say it's bad.
No. Of course, like, but I find a lot of those tiny desks are very like not interesting to me. You know what I'm saying? I've seen so many of them, and I literally can't tell you. I don't remember any. Like, can I think of one tiny desk? Nope.
Really, none. I think Pac done a good one. Did Black Thought do one? Am I tripping?
No, he did, right? He did it in his living room, I think, when they started doing the home ones. I didn't watch that one because I don't like. I'm gonna say I don't like Tiny Desk. I don't like it as a concept. Even Colors, I don't really fuck with it.
Colors is a bit trippy.
All the way out there. I'm just gonna say I think it's really sterile way of consuming music. And it's more about the setting for them than the music. And some music it needs some sort of atmosphere, you know what I'm saying? And just like trying to cram it into this little thing. It's more about what it looks like.
There's a lot of audio to portray, right? There's like a lot of words to describe imagery. Like all of that plays a factor to it. If you're leaving it just on the bare skin and someone spitting, and like it can be a bit limiting. Yeah. Especially if it's like supposed to be cinematic or something.
Yeah.
Imagine all those old school Nas bars that he's like explaining the whole room. Do you know what I mean? I want to see that done like to a T. Boy in the corner works.
I remember I saw Jizza, like the Jizza did one, and it was just like so disappointing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got
never meet your heroes, they say, right?
No, I mean Jizza's sick. I'm not criticizing Jizza. I'm just saying like the whole package. You know what I mean? Of Tiny Desk or Colors or you know what I mean? I'm yet to see one. There's one Colors actually I really enjoyed, and I didn't even hear it. I didn't see it on Colors. I heard it. They released the Colors on Spotify, and it was this guy, and it was actually better than the recorded version of the track. And
we're almost out of time, so I'm gonna have to send you guys another link so we can jump back on, just to cut you off because it's literally about to hang up on you.
Yeah, no worries, B. No worries. But yeah, we've sort of digressed into me. It's just my opinion. Like, you clearly love the Anderson .Paak Tiny Desk, and that's dope. That's dope.
Even if it wasn't Tiny Desk, maybe I would have enjoyed it. Because my man's hitting the drums, hitting the soul. It's just good. I was vibing with it.
Anderson .Paak's dope, man, without a doubt. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So
I was just expecting a little bit more on that Nas track. Get me? The one with Anderson .Paak.
Where's this link going to be?
Just send it to you guys.
Can you send it in the chat in this? Or does that not work?
I don't know.
There's the chat.
No worries. I'll just email it to myself.
Yeah, I got you. There it is. I said it in the chat there because this is going to kick off any second now. So we'll be right back. We'll take a little comfort break. Wrong button.
As much as I brought up Tiny Desk, and as much as I brought up that tune, which one were we on about? We're talking about one that I thought was all right. What with my mind really went blank. Replace Me with Big Sean. Other things that I think I agreed with a lot more before, though. So let's touch on those bits. Yeah, it is a very good album overall. He's like, when he's got something to say, he'll execute that quite well. And then he's tapping into like these artists that I haven't even heard of before, because I'm not really about that life. Generally what they would spit, when I say they, like, you know, I don't know if it's a little bit tweaked on the Melodyne or Melodone, or like on the auto-tune. You know, I just kind of switch off a little bit. It's very rare that I'll tap into that. You know, subject matter and substance plays a big factor in my music, and that carries a lot of like non-thought out kind of tracks that I've come across. I know there's a lot I haven't, but yeah. So like, you know, but they really brought their side as well, because I was like, maybe I'd enjoy Nas, but I wouldn't enjoy this. But like, they did all right. They did. I think it brings out a side to them that obviously attracts you to like-minded people, right? So I've enjoyed it all, but he's tapped in very well to current affairs with the type of beats it's gone with, because it's got that old school feel, but it's got a nice different updated bounce, right? Like Hit Boy done well on that. Like you can hear Hit Boy in there, even though I haven't heard of a lot of Hit Boys, or I'm unaware of a lot of Hit Boys productions, but this is where I go digging through the crates, or maybe online, but you know, it's nice. And like one guy done an album with him, and he brought out a lot out of Nas than Kanye probably did. You need to read who you're working with. Like Kanye went off on some "I'm walking through water" shit. Like I remember Tiana Taylor crying about how she didn't even know it was dropping her album, and like different verses weren't really in there. Perhaps, I don't know. I feel like I heard that somewhere. And then yeah, but like it just shows how much you can bring out of someone, and they really work well overall in terms of production.
Well, it's a good album. I was pleasantly surprised, so I'll listen to it again. I didn't really listen to it.
Well, they got Dre in there. They got Dre in there. Right at the end, just for old time's sake.
Yeah. Speaking of,
is it
a little pussy ass transition into
there we go.
Dre. He's setting me up. He's like, "Damn, dunk the ball, motherfucker." Anyway, Dr. Dre. Oh my goodness, what is going on in LA with Dre? So, getting a divorce. How long were they married? Does anybody know? I don't even get this stuff.
24 years, bro. I done my research, bro.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So nearly a quarter century of marriage. She was there from, for quite a while through all this shit. It's getting ugly. It's getting ugly.
Up in here.
She wants control of his name.
Let's see.
I think she's got some dirt on him, dude, and she's just like, look.
I always thought Dr. Dre was definitely not heterosexual. Is that not the case? I'm not saying that in a negative way at all. I'm just saying I just thought that he wasn't into women. I don't know where I got that conclusion.
Well Wrecking Crew.
Yeah.
World
class wrecking crew.
That was their vibe, right? I remember that. I remember seeing the the documentary. There's been a few, right? The one with Jimmy Iovine.
I didn't see that one.
Where he was like dressed in purple, DJing and spinning records.
I didn't even know about that until the Eazy-E album came out with I forget what it's called. But it's got him pouring out a 40 on the front.
About noon, just thought I had to be in Compton soon. Was it that one?
No. So the one where he was dissing Dre on like every track, right after they had broke up and shit. And he's got a picture of Dre doing the Dexter Wiggle on the inside of the album cover with this little sequin outfit on and shit.
Yeah. Maybe that's where I subconsciously picked up that notion.
Hey.
But also I felt like you never really saw Dre with his wife.
No.
No.
And I know his wife, because I've researched this, she's a very private person.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know. I think that there's a bigger point to be made here that I think is an important point. Watching that documentary, right? I got the impression that between like the end of maybe the first Chronic and Eminem, Dr. Dre was on his, as much as we think he's a legend, he was on his last legs. He was on his way out of the music industry, basically, because of how short-lived musical success is. You know what I mean?
Right.
And if it's true that they got married in 96, that corresponds pretty closely with before Dre really established himself, right? And I know now in 2020 the Chronic is a classic, blah 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 blah. Right. But there's every chance that everything that happened after that could have taken things in a different direction. So I sort of understand the wife's argument, which is that we built this empire together. So
more gems. Perspective. Yeah.
I am entitled to this, because apparently they registered the name as Together. And then they started, no one knows why they started beefing. That's why I'm thinking maybe Dr. Dre has decided that he wants to, and I'm not dissing or anything. I'm just saying, like, maybe he's decided he's had enough. You know what I mean? And
Full Schofield thing.
Well, it happens, right? Right? It happens. And he has started transferring like all the things that they registered together into just his name, according to the wife. According to Nicole Young.
Nicole Young, yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know. I'm not in their relationship, but she's been with him since 96. She has 3 kids with him.
Yep.
That's not, behind every great man is a great woman. I don't want that to sound misogynistic. What I'm trying to say is if she was truly a part of his success, which the timeline might suggest that she was, then she deserves $2 million a month. 1 million for entertainment every month.
Fuck
according to the
shit.
Must have really held it down.
Get the fuck out of here with that.
According to the TMZ papers. According to the TMZ papers. You know what I mean? Like, she deserves it.
Right. All right. Well, she may very
My man's Bex. He's like, no.
She may I agree with you to an extent on that. And she may very well deserve the 1.9 million that she's requesting. My bone of contention is that she's asking for $135,000 a month for clothes, right?
Yeah.
And she's asking for
she's that low key. She even going out.
She's asking for $10,000 a month for laundry. So,
those clothes have to be looked after in a certain way. If
you're spending $135,000 a month on clothes every month, you're not wearing the same shit ever again. You're not getting any of that shit clean. You give it away, you donate it, or whatever. right? $900,000 a month for entertainment. Who is she getting entertained by? That's $1 million a month for entertainment. What is she doing? Dancing with?
Hey man, it's lockdown. People be bored.
Come on.
Yeah, yo, that's a very good point.
900,000, and then she only wants 100,000 for a mortgage. She spends more money on clothes than she does on a mortgage. Why do you even have a mortgage if you ask for $2 million a month? Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
Because they've got a £40 million Malibu home, right? Is she still in the house, or I don't know.
I don't know what her living situation is.
Yeah, I didn't get that far with the look, man. It's like I feel you in when you break it down into like what the TMZ papers said. Obviously, that's ridiculous. But let's be honest, none of us here are super rich, right? So
no,
we don't know what
we
don't know what they're spending. We don't know what they're spending. Like if she's been used to living in the circles of billionaires, do you know what I mean? And they just, they go out, you know what I mean? They buy a bag for like 50 grand.
Chima,
bro,
I know, I've been there, man. I lived it. And even in my personal life, and even in like living in California and working in Beverly Hills, and I'm literally around these people all the time. We have Louis the 15th on a top shelf in the bar that's like $10,000 a shot. Okay,
bro,
I get it.
Yeah, exactly. These people go out and they spend 50K in one night. 50K in one night. That we see that all the time. Like Jay-Z talks about that all the time. And he's like, you just saw that one bill, right? You remember when there was that? I can't remember that story. He's like, you just saw that one bill. You didn't see the other bill. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's entertainment, bro.
No, I get it. Because right before I moved to LA, I was working in Detroit at this nightclub called Space. And it was my very first night working at Space. Space was wild, dude. We had like 300-pound cheerleaders. We had a lady that like ate fire. It was all kinds of wild shit. I just worked the door. I never went in that motherfucker. I was like, I don't even want to.
It reminded me of Wolf of Wall Street there.
It was wild. So my first night, Puffy was there. And he was on this bad boy tour around the U.S. I got a line down Congress in Detroit. We were at the bar next door to where they filmed 8 Mile. So people all over the place. Puffy's dancing on the bars and, buying everything in the bar. Puffy walks out and leaves us with like a $30,000 bill, right? So now the girl's going to the restaurants and looking for him and shit because he's got to pay his bill. So sorry, Puff, I had to put your shit out there because that's just how it happened, bro. He left and they was like, we didn't get paid. Where'd this nigga go? So anyway, I get that. But to say that you need $20,000 a month for your telephone and cell phone and email.
Yeah. I saw that one.
And she had unlimited tariffs.
I was like, hold on. Don't you get all you can eat minutes?
Thank you.
Saying?
You need to renegotiate your package. If $20,000 for your cell phone. Like I text a lot of motherfuckers. Yeah, bro.
Like internet's only like £100 a month. Like for like the super fastest email you can get. Like what like that, maybe she buys a new computer like every day or something, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know, man.
Clearly at 20
maybe she only uses one full bar of battery and then dashes it once it dies out.
I can't use
I don't
this
need this shit.
This phone is so yesterday. I need a new one. So I'm not disputing the fact, and I've always agreed with the fact that if we built some shit from the ground up, I was there, you were there.
Yeah.
You deserve something. I mean, just because you weren't out there on the front lines doesn't mean, it's like these guys that have wives that raise kids. Just because you're not leaving the house, you're doing you're doing something important, and it's heavy. So, but when you see the breakdown, that's what makes me just say, man, something else is going on. And when you said something about him not messing with women, bruh, I'm gonna see. This is why I'm over here, and I had to move to the country because I'm hiding from them people in LA looking for me. So you can't give out my location. But it's a lot of guys in the industry that are. See, the thing is like I said, I used to work at Beverly Hills Hotel, and I used to hang out with the drivers a lot because I served food, and they would be there with like a prince from Saudi Arabia, and he has like 3 drivers with him. And then they'd be like, go see if they need food. And I'd be sitting out there cooling with them because they were the cool guys,
Yeah.
Those guys talk.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
I mean, I've heard stories about like Rick Ross and Jay-Z. And it's like, bruh, it's a lot of homosexuality going on in the music and the entertainment industry.
Yeah. Yeah. Which, by the way, we're not like dissing.
No,
not dissing, but it's like, if you've had a full-blown family and you've got kids and a wife, then obviously that's a difficult situation for you. You know what I mean? Like we said, like Philip Schofield, especially in hip-hop, especially being a 90s hip-hop legend.
Exactly, because it's a hyper-masculine environment, right? Hyper-masculine environment. Same with like pro sports. Like there's some guys out there that are playing NFL, American football that are tackling guys and they're just like laying down on top of them a little longer than they need to for other reasons because they like, all I'm saying. But again, nothing wrong with being gay. That's not the point. The point is it's a lot of low key shit going on. So I wouldn't be surprised if Dre was, on the Eddie Murphy side of the game. Like because and I thought this too, and
so you thought the same thing. You thought the same thing, Paul. You got the same idea.
I did, and I didn't want, and I didn't want to say nothing because I'm being disrespectful to Miss Nicole Young. But
no, it's not. How is that disrespect? It's not disrespectful to anyone. It's just the situation that they're in.
Well, like Eddie Murphy's ex-wife, I can't remember her name. Isn't she Nicole?
B.
Not Mel B. No.
He didn't marry her. Did he marry her? He didn't marry her. He didn't want to. He did. She wanted to marry him, but he didn't want to marry her.
They had a kid. They was married. I think it was Nicole Murphy. That's her same first name, Nicole Murphy. Isn't that her name? Yeah, it's Nicole Murphy. So I always looked at her, and we always knew he had these stories about this transvestite that he picked up, way back in the day. I'm like, Nicole Murphy is like the finest man I ever seen, man. So Nicole Young kind of looks a lot like her to me. So maybe it's just a cover. Elton John used to be married.
Mitchell Murphy. They talking about Mitchell Murphy.
Mitchell.
Nicole Mitchell Murphy. Is that who you're
I don't know what her
I
don't know what her middle name is, but yeah.
Yeah, I just Googled and I just clocked it. Yeah, okay.
She kind of manly looking, ain't she? I mean, if you see some of her pictures, she's pretty. I mean,
she got jawlines. She got
a superhero chin. She looked like the American Dad chin, right? So, I don't know, but that's his thing. That's fine.
That's descriptive.
It's Eddie Murphy.
I was gonna say Quagmire.
Do what you want to do, but I wouldn't be surprised if she's like threatening, like, look, you need to do this and this. Otherwise I'm gonna tarnish, your image. I mean, it's just like Superhead was like, I'm gonna come out with this book, all these hip hop guys that I was messing around with, and I don't know.
No one cares though. They
don't.
There's no way, like, you could say anything about Dr. Dre, people would just be like, so.
And it's not like he's making music anymore. I mean, he's producing, so it's.
Bro, most of his money is not from music.
Not even,
most of his money is from beats.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Big time.
Really, really bad.
Jimmy Iovine really sorted him out.
Bro,
yeah.
It's just really incredible.
So expensive.
It's like Yeezy. It's like Yeezy. Most of his money is not music. It's his clothes. It's just so sad that music is just so, like, because music is what made these people. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to get paid, you need to use the music and jump into something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, speaking of music and Yeezy, what's up with him and Jay-Z, man? Did you see he was a bit upset because Jay sold his masters so that he could get his masters back, apparently. This is what I'm reading. So he tweeted something, and Jay-Z was like, no, I don't know if y'all saw this or not, but
I didn't see the Jay-Z bit. I know Kanye is trying to buy back his masters, but allegedly they won't let him.
He ain't getting shit.
But Jay bought his masters back a long time ago, though, didn't he? Because I remember him making jokes about them overcharging him for it.
But he doesn't get them back for years, though. He still doesn't have them. So
okay.
And part of the deal is that he sold Kanye's shit. Or signed over the rights to it or whatever. So now and then I was thinking about how it all ties into what was I reading about Hit Boy tweeting about, I don't really mess with Kanye.
Yeah.
And because apparently Kanye said something to him to the effect of, you worked with Beyonce, so I ain't fucking with you now.
But no. So what? Yeah. I know what happened there. So what happened there was he did a joint with. But what Kanye was upset about, because Kanye then tweeted about that, and he said he was upset that no one told him. He had to find out from blah 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 someone else. So he stopped working with Hit Boy because he felt like Hit Boy was trying to go around, because Hit Boy was signed to Kanye, so he felt like Hit Boy was trying to go around Kanye, and he was trying to cut out the middleman, basically. You know what I'm saying? Like, so who knows who's right on and who's wrong? You know what I'm saying? But
that's how the industry's like that, though, isn't it?
Well, yeah. I mean, if man brings me in and then fucking man on another level wants to work with me, but to be fair, I'm the kind of guy who's like, if I'm signed to that guy, I wouldn't hide it from that guy. Do you know what I mean? But I guess you can see how you might think that, he's trying to take my position, like, because Kanye was the go-to producer for Jay-Z, right? And now Hit Boy is trying to be the go-to producer for Jay-Z. Like, what are you trying to do, bro? Like, I'm the go-to producer, you know what I'm saying? Like, so you can see how it can be like seen that way, I guess. But
Jay is the master at this. He's the one that started all this shit when he was with Dame Dash. They had all their own shit, and like Jay was like, I'm gonna start this promotion with Belvedere. He's got his own vodka with Dame, and he's like, we got Amandale, and he's like, yeah, but I'm gonna do this shit over here.
I have no doubt that Jay-Z has fucked over many. Like, I love Jay-Z's music. I think he's a smart guy, but I have no doubt that he's fucked over bare people, man. I have no doubt.
Yeah, he just was like, him and Dame left on bad terms, and everybody knows that. If you ever see a Dame Dash interview, like on fuck, his shit's hilarious, and he's like, "Don't ask me about another man. What kind of man asked me about another man?" Like, he fucking hates that shit. He's so entertaining, man. I love watching Dame interviews. I fucking love him.
Dame is dope. Dame will give you that. He drops a lot of gems, bro. I believe Dame. I believe Dame.
I fuck with Dame Dash. I wrote him a letter, actually. Was trying to go into business with him, but he was on the run for some tax evasion. They sent the letter back. So, sorry, Dame. I'm putting everybody's business out there today. So we're going to get that letter back out to you. We're going to do some business because I know he does production. He's making films and
shit. He is.
But,
his own.
Yeah, Jay-Z was on the, I'm doing this, and they're setting up meetings without him. But Dame and Jay-Z seem like two completely different people. And they don't seem like the type of people that you would see hanging out together. Maybe when they were younger, and then as you get older, you kind of, they move in different directions. And Jay-Z was trying to do one thing, Dame was doing something else, and Jay-Z decided to take a less tactful way at breaking up the partnership by going into business with a vodka company when you already got a vodka company of your own.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really completely sold on, Jay's trying to come across all woke now. in his 50s or whatever. He's grown some braids or whatever, and he's like trying to walk around like Q-Tip or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, really, Jay? Really, Jay? Really?
No, I ain't fucking with him like that. I listen to his music. This is with everybody. I listen to your music. I play it in the car. You know, I don't care about your personal shit.
I saw an interview where he was talking about 444. He was like, "Yo, the studio sessions were incredible. We were just like having 3-hour conversations. When have you ever had like a I'm like, Jay, are you serious now? Are you serious? Like, Jay, this is Jay, right? This is the same Jay-Z. This is Readable Doubt Jay-Z. Like buzzing because he had a song made him have a 3-hour conversation. Like. Nah, I don't buy it personally. You know what I'm saying? He's
trying to stay somewhat relevant potentially to the younger.
That's what it feels like to me. Yeah, that's what it feels like. Yeah.
That's what it sounds like. So, I mean, he's a business guy. I mean, he has been his whole life, right? That's just right from being in the streets, doing what he was doing to where he is today. It's all about making money. And like you said, probably squashed a lot of motherfuckers on his way up. You know, it's just to make his way to the top. So nobody's ever really made it to the top being a super nice guy. You can go far, you can go far, but you're not making it to the top without having a little bit of asshole in you. And that's just how it works.
A bit of taste.
This is just how it works, and I've seen it, so I get it. Vin Diesel. I can't let you.
Oh yeah, that song.
Away.
That song.
I can't let you.
It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, though. It's terrible.
So Vin Diesel made a little track called "Feel Like I Do." Is that what it's called? I think it's what it's called.
Yeah.
I mean, actors. We all want to be musicians. I mean, we've known that forever, and everybody that's a musician would like to be on TV, and they're already on TV. But Eddie Murphy was one of the first ones. Party all the time, Rick James singing, and it was funny and whatever, and that was it. But I heard the song Vin Diesel, and Vin Diesel is another one of those low key dudes. I'll tell you that story. I'll tell you that story off her. So
oh wow.
But yeah, it's pop tarty, you know. It's harmless music. They'll play it in the clubs, you know, in the white clubs, you'll hear that. You know, people be dancing to it. Won't even know it's Vin Diesel until they say, it's Vin Diesel, you know, but I ain't mad at them. Go on and do whatever you're gonna do, whatever makes you happy. The only thing I don't like about it is that when people have a platform already and they start stepping into other places, like every celebrity has a podcast now, making it hard as fuck for podcasts like this one to achieve because they already come with these big audiences. And I ain't mad at them. I'm just, you know, it just is what it is. Thoughts on Vin Diesel? Go.
I'm happy for him, man. I know what you're saying though, in terms of like when someone like is really like famous for one thing, but then kind of trash at another thing, but they use their fame for one thing and bring it over to like the trash thing that they do and give it a bit of credibility. It is a bitter pill to swallow sometimes, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. And I'd much rather someone be true to themselves. And if they make trash, like, you know, have you ever seen Kiefer Sutherland? And I'm not saying it's trash, but have you ever seen Kiefer Sutherland's music?
Yo, Kiefer, I'll say it. Your music is trash.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying it. You're saying it. But have you seen Kiefer Sutherland? Have you seen Kiefer? You know Jack Bauer, right, Nas? Yeah. You know Jack Bauer, right?
Yeah, 24. Yeah, I clocked 2 years, but I haven't heard any of his tunes, man.
Yo, go listen to his tunes, B. Yo, do you know what? I got so much love because I see he goes hard for his music. He loves his music, right?
That's what I love. I love that. Yeah,
he loves it. You can tell he loves it. He absolutely adores that shit, and I got so much love for that. But there is a little bit of me that's like,
bro,
okay. No, but I would never tell someone, because someone will look at me and go, "Yo, Chima, your music's trash. And no one listens to your music. So what the fuck are you doing?" You know what I'm saying?
But that's what you do. I mean, stay in your lane. I mean, I don't know.
I feel you. It's a little bit. I feel you. A little bit like that. It's a little bit like taking liberties a little bit.
Yeah.
But
it's like you know what it's like. It's like when Michael. It's like when Jordan was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna play baseball too. And it's like, you fucking suck at baseball. You don't just get to play baseball because you're fucking Jordan. And he got to play baseball because he's fucking Jordan. And it's not the same if you're Bo Jackson, right? Bo Jackson's I can play football and knock the shit out of this baseball, and that's cool. But when you're multi-talented like that, and there's very few people that are can really pull that off. But, you know, and like you said, I'm happy for him too. It's his life, you know, and it's your life to choose to listen to whatever you want to listen to. So if you choose to listen to Vin Diesel, that's your business. Just like, why do I care? You know, it's like, this is my bubble. You don't give a shit about what I'm doing here. I don't give a shit what you're doing at your house if you're not listening to the pod.
Because I was going to say, because, you know, as long as you can come and do your thing and obviously have your hood up and just go in there and put your work in, when you come out and just be like, I am at the same caliber as I am on this platform and what I do here, i.e. if you're good at acting and then you just suck at singing, but just like cheering them on, innit? But like, here we are just putting our hats on and judging everyone, but we're on this podcast here saying, well, go on, innit? That's it. So,
there's no judgment, man. There's no judgment. It's just, you know, oh, okay, that's interesting.
It's commentary.
There's no judging. Like, we're happy. We're happy for Vin Diesel.
I'm happy.
We're happy for Kiefer Sutherland. I'm happy for Usain Bolt. Usain Bolt, fastest man on earth, tried to play football. He couldn't really get into football. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm happy. Follow your dreams 100%. Like, that's what you want to do it. But yo, sometimes that ain't really the one for me, but it might be the one for someone else. And because you have such a big audience, you're much more likely to find that person who will be into that than I will be able to. You know what I'm saying? So that's all love.
That's how Joe Rogan got to be the biggest podcaster on planet Earth. Joe Rogan.
I wasn't expecting that back in the day.
Yeah, he's a TV show host, you know, doing Fear Factor. He's doing stand-up comedy. He's commentating on MMA fights. So he's got 3 pretty distinct areas that he's well known in. You know who he is. You know what the UFC is. You know what Fear Factor was, you know, at least in the States. I don't know if you guys had it over here or not.
Don't forget the wrestling.
And so I mean, it's like you got all that, and then you can parlay that into all kind of shit. You know, $100 million apparently. So good for him, and you know, good for all the rest. But we don't need a Conan O'Brien podcast. Conan, come on, bro, knock that shit off. So, anything else you guys got? We got about 5 minutes left. Speak on it. Anything? Fire away.
I've started watching the Succession. Has anyone seen the Succession?
No.
It's just called Succession, actually. So someone told me about it at work, and they were like, "Yo, you're really gonna like this, right?" And I didn't listen to them because I don't listen to that kind of shit. But it won some Emmys. So it was the Emmys, right? And it won. So I was like, all right, let me go check it out. And if you've not seen it, then I'm not going to ruin it for you, but I would like to recommend it to people. It's about media, actually, talking about podcasts, and I think it's loosely based on Murdoch. So you've got like a Murdoch kind of like family, and it looks at like he's a media magnate. He's 80. He doesn't quite want to relinquish control. He's got these ideas about, you know, still wanting to invest in local TV and stuff. And it's really interesting program, actually. But it's more about the relationships, about how your parents fuck you up, you know what I mean? So it's like his children, how they're all behaving in their own little stratospheres, and it's quite interesting.
Yeah, I see the breakdown on here for it. I'm gonna check it out. It looks interesting. So
And it has Macaulay Culkin's brother in it.
Kieran.
Did you know Macaulay Culkin had a brother?
Oh yeah.
I did not. No, look at Nas. We did not know, man.
Really?
When I saw this motherfucker, right, and my girl was like, "Yo, that's Macaulay Culkin's brother." I was like, it's like you know Macaulay Culkin to us in the UK, right? Home Alone.
He was
right?
never home alone. There was another sibling. Shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
But
the
like that's your little brother, and it's like you know how we feel about him, and then to just all of a sudden find out that he's got a brother who pretty much looks almost like him. You know what I'm saying? And you're just like, what the fuck? And he's a fucking weird character in this program, man. You know what I mean? Like,
And he was in Home Alone as well. You know that?
Yeah.
Was he?
Yeah.
Someone said that as well. I was like, what the fuck? I remember his brother being like Buzz or some shit and look nothing like him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He was Fuller in Home Alone. So yeah, that's wild shit, man. But I'm gonna check that out.
Check it out, bro. I did it in 3 days. 3 days.
What, both seasons? It's how many?
No, season one.
Okay. Oh yeah, I was gonna say it's 2 seasons. I see. Yeah, I'm gonna check that out. That's what's up. Something else I wanted to say. I forgot what it was. Now it was off the tail of something else you were talking about. I'm gonna remember as soon as the show is over. What?
Was it your broadband? Are you going to change your contract over?
Nah, man, that's a different show.
Nah, your internet's fine now. Your internet's fine.
Yeah, I can't.
Don't matter.
I don't believe in jinx, but yeah, we got to appreciate it. Count our blessings.
Don't
Connected.
Yeah,
before you disconnected, me and Chima were talking about LA and how you were out there. I was out there this time 3 years ago exactly. Coming back from LA. I don't even know how we went on to that topic, but you did a video out there, and you were telling me something else. What were we talking about? Can you recall?
Oh no, just that I loved LA as well. Like, and I always thought that I was an East Coast guy, but
that's it.
I think that actually I'm more West Coast than East Coast.
That's it. I was feeling the bounce because like New York state of mind, but then the West Coast got a nice bop to them, right? And you can feel the vibe, and it's warmer. So, and I realized that a lot later on. Before I was like, nah, man, bars.
Yeah. And also New York has not really evolved with the times, has it? Like I feel like West Coast hip hop music stayed current for a long time, and then New York just sort of had a sound that at one point sounded really stuck in the 90s, and then it just never really had its own identity, and it just absorbed, you know, the southern hip hop sound, you know what I mean? Whereas West Coast evolved, you know, with that electronic bounce, you know what I'm saying? Like Flying Lotus and Kendrick and Sir and you know, TDE. You don't have do we have a New York, like you could talk about ASAP, but the ASAP crew, I feel like they steal loads of shit from the southern rappers.
Very southern.
You know what I'm saying? So
chopped and screwed, all of that.
Next podcast, we'll go in on all that because we are all out of time. Damn it, 1 minute left. So, sorry guys.
So rare.
No problem, man.
It's been a pleasure.
We did loads today.
It's been a pleasure. Hopefully we get these guys back in on next week. Don't forget to rate, review, subscribe. Hit the Cash App. I just got a 2,000-pound bill for my car. God damn. So I don't know if we're getting that shit fixed or if we're getting another one. Can help with the donation side of the game. You got Cash App if you don't download that shit. Don't forget to subscribe to us on iHeartRadio and all that other shit. We'll see you when we do. Peace.
Peace.